TikTok, Twitter, and hypocrisy on today's Not So Critical Update.
Amazing delivery.
Yeah, it's good.
So good.
I was practicing last night in the mirror.
Oh, that makes sense.
Get my enunciation down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Warm up those vocal cords.
So there are two stories that came out that really caught my attention. One was this story about TikTok being banned in the US. Not done, but it's proposed. They've threatened to ban TikTok in the US because of because of TikTok's privacy violations. And then at the same time, we saw Twitter suspending the account dedicated to tracking Musk's private jet. And the stories about TikTok banning and unbanning people are all over the place. What tied these together for me is just the hypocrisy of it. The government banning TikTok because of privacy concerns is absurd because the US government doesn't give a fuck about privacy unless it suits them. And
yeah,
Twitter, who's supposedly the free speech absolutist, is banning people left and right for stuff just because he doesn't like it.
Okay, so you say that the US doesn't care about privacy. There is the ADPPA that came out, is being proposed, and is the first bipartisan massive piece of legislation which actually looks like it might have a success. It's a big compromise, but it's the American Personal Privacy Act, I think is the acronym.
Yeah. So to be more specific, I guess, we did the story 2 days ago about the FBI complaining about end encryption. So it's rules for thee, but not for me scenario. Mm-hmm. Also, with respect to TikTok specifically, they're not doing anything that a ton of other companies aren't doing.
Yeah.
And they've got access to all the same data brokers that everybody else does.
There is a crucial difference though, Mike, which is that TikTok is owned by an adversary. That adversary being China. America doesn't like TikTok for this and only this reason. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. It's about punishing China. It's not because they care about privacy at all.
100%. And let's not forget we had an episode a few months ago we spoke about. It was a really good breakdown that I stumbled across where this person broke down corporate surveillance versus government surveillance. And it's the whole thee and me, where especially in America, but Europe as well, and especially Europe, there's this fucking double standard of no, you don't get to spy on your consumers. You have to follow our strict rule set, but these rule sets don't apply to us.
Well, that was the debate we had about the EU versus the individual member countries.
Right.
All of the member countries can do this, but as an EU, their formal policy is that we don't do it.
Even
though all of our members do.
Guys, are we talking about TikTok?
Okay, so but
there's always room to get
it's important to bring it up because it's easy to shit on them anyway.
Sorry, but I just don't agree. There's been another piece of legislation that came into force, if you forced me to say this about it, in November, which is the DGA, the Data Governance Act, and it's to do with how public bodies deal with the data that they look after, and it's all about making sure that it's dealt with properly.
You had your chance yesterday, Peter. We've moved on.
Yeah, Peter, I don't care about
your
lost Digimon Act, okay? DGA.
Okay, all right.
DGA,
go on then.
So, super good.
I didn't even think of that. That's quite funny, actually. Yeah.
So, back to TikTok. Look, is this good? Yes, TikTok is a leech on society, and sure, it might have funny content.
TikTok is amazing.
It's a face going.
It's a it's a copycat. Are you serious?
Is there something better? What's better than TikTok? I'm in. Sight unseen.
Vine did it first.
Oh well, yeah.
Vine is the American
true. Yeah,
company.
sure,
I'm pretty sure.
sure.
They're American.
Bring Vine back.
Twitter owned? I don't remember.
I'm in for that.
YouTube Shorts.
They did it first. No, YouTube Shorts
Facebook
suck. I don't even know if Facebook Shorts
What's
is a
the
thing.
essential difference between YouTube Shorts and TikTok?
The algorithm.
The
The algorithm on
Is that it?
TikTok is
The algorithm.
amazing.
TikTok's algorithm is just disgusting.
You could just flip through
It knows you
TikToks
perfectly.
for 2 hours and never see one you don't like. It's amazing.
It's disgusting.
Unless you just have a very low acceptance.
I just will
level of, like,
consume
what's-
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, like this video.
1 minute format. Yeah, like this video.
Like.
It really helps us out. You don't have to do anything else. Just go ahead, hit that like.
Yeah.
We're really pandering today.
There is a subscribe button next to it, but just
no pressure.
So the other piece was the Twitter story.
Yeah.
And here, private corporation, not the government. And Musk is just a maniac. Like, who even knows what? And so what I think is interesting about Musk is, like, capitalism is inherently authoritarian. A corporation is a dictatorship. And that's exactly what we see with Musk. Is he comes out and says, I'm a free speech absolutist. The First Amendment doesn't have anything to do with it, as evidenced by this guy, and even banning Kanye, who 100% deserves to be canceled, absolutely should be canceled, should definitely not be on any social media, but not because what he said was unconstitutional or not protected speech, just because he's a asshole and deeply mentally ill.
But so let's backpedal a little bit, because we all agree about Kanye. Yes. And I don't actually like giving him that out. The guy's a fucking racist.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where that's
100%. Absolutely.
Giving him that escape of
shouldn't have been kicked
mental
off
illness.
Twitter probably for that.
Well, according to Elon's, and here's where I want to backpedal to. So what you said, in a capitalist society, these giant companies are authoritarian by default. They have a dictator known as the CEO.
Every company. They're employee-owned companies. But.
And they could be small castles or they could be giant castles. And Facebook and Google and Microsoft and Facebook, all of these companies are gigantic, humongous castles with a king at the top.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been set up. So us laughing, wait. Us laughing at Elon is one thing, but the man did buy this company, so he gets to do that. We can laugh. Yeah. I am going to laugh. And the hypocrisy is there for sure, but they have every legal right to say whatever stupid shit they want.
Sure.
And do the opposite. Go ahead, Peter.
Well, I've got a few more points now that you've finished talking. The first thing I wanted to point out is that I think you've forgotten one class of company there, which is the family, where everybody works together and is like brother and sister. Those kind of companies, they're not the same. They're really.
I don't know about that.
They're different.
Family businesses are some of the worst, I think.
No, that's not what Peter's saying.
The company is your family.
It's we're a family. It's like Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
It's like Vin Diesel's company.
Yes.
It's family.
If your corporate culture is family,
that's it.
Then everybody works together because you all have an equal
unless
stake.
you don't meet your targets.
You're
not family anymore. You're a distant cousin at best.
Oh, never heard of that guy.
Uninvited to Christmas dinner. Yeah. And then when did you finish up by saying of like how they've got a legal right to do this? But that's a common theme here, is that just because you have a legal right to do something, it does not make it a right thing to do at all.
And same with the
on the
TikTok
flip
story.
side, but same on the flip side, banning Kanye is the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Even though the way you got there was so loop-sided and you jumped through so many hoops that it's like, dude, you should have just kept the guy banned.
Which is true, but now you've got exactly the same situation that Elon was railing against when he bought the company in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping. Sorry.
No. Go.
I'm hoping that capitalism actually. One of the things that can work out with it sometimes is that the market decides that something is useless. And I know that advertisers have been abandoning Twitter quite a bit lately. I'm sort of hoping that, Twitter's just going to fail. There's people who are kind of saying, is this Elon's plan all along? It's just to drive it into bankruptcy so that he can declare it a loss and that's it, as quickly as he possibly can. And, that would be a slight amount of Schadenfreude. He would still have multiple billions of dollars left and just be able to do it again if he wants with something else.
Yes, but he did put up. So the problem is that he used Tesla stock as collateral when he bought the company, right? I think that's how it
Twitter taking on new debt.
And it's Twitter taking on new debt, and then there's a special ratio. If it meets or exceeds a certain ratio, everything explodes for Elon. So a lot, I think we're actually seeing authentic panic here.
Totally agree.
Totally fun and really great. Yeah. We're seeing it in live, tweet by tweet. This man is just losing it. So moving on, let's go back to TikTok for a second.
Yep.
I just wanted to say, and let's dig into this a bit, because TikTok is owned by China, pretty much. It's safe to say that China, the country, owns TikTok. They have a what is it, a CCP
the communist
officer
government
in charge.
China, yes.
Yeah. And the reason it's risky, sure, it's not good that the United States is banning a product, but because like you said, it's hypocritical. But TikTok siphoning up all this personal data about the world, it's not just America, it's the whole world, is not good. Like, that data going straight into Chinese servers to live forever is not great.
Didn't we do a story not long ago about China getting access to some huge US government database? Am I misremembering? I feel like no. If somebody remembers, put it in the comments. But everything's already been compromised. Yeah, if they can't collect it from TikTok, just go buy a database from any one of the billion data brokers that already has our information.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess it just makes me a little bit uneasy that it's going to them specifically.
Maybe, but that's not what they're saying. They're not saying China is a problem. They're saying privacy is the problem. So
that's the shittiest veil ever.
Yeah. And I think that's what frustrates me about it, because if they're concerned about privacy, look around. There's other companies to deal with. This is not our biggest problem.
Those are US based, but those are US based.
Right, exactly.
Mike, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The thing is, though, I get what you're saying, Mike, and I kind of agree with you. But if you don't have any efforts to kind of combat this kind of stuff, then you end up with a total free for all. If there's no rules or regulation, no at all.
But there's no bigger effort here. If the U.S. wins and bans TikTok, it's not like they're going to then turn around and say "Oh, I hope you learn from what you just saw, Facebook and Twitter." No, they're just then, all right, case closed, we won, declare victory. U.S. is great.
What's really going to make it have an effect is the EU regulations that came into force recently.
Oh my fucking God, Peter! You just can't let it go this week.
I can't. No, I get it.
And you know what's funny? You know what the funniest thing is?
Yeah.
The absolute funniest thing is that you're not an EU citizen.
I fucking hate this. Yes, I know.
That's right. It's EU envy. EU envy.
Yeah, kind of.
EU jealousy.
Peter,
you're
EU
such
FOMO.
a dick, John. Honestly, you're saying, the EU sucks, and you're not even part of it as well. You didn't. I mean, that's whatever. That's
End
of episode.
So that just sinking feeling of despair in your stomach when you drop a table from a database and realize, oh my God, that was a production database.
What have I done?
Or
dry mouth.
Oh my God. Every tech, probably everybody in our audience has experienced that once in their careers. I mean, if you haven't experienced that in a career, then what are you even doing? You're not a professional.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
we're going to talk about that more on tomorrow's show. Come back and we can all share our stories of misery and pain and how badly we've fucked everything up.
Yep.
Yeah.